Republican leaders plan to introduce new legislation to clarify the religious freedom bill, while Democrats say they want it repealed altogether. News 18's Holly Campbell joins us now with how soon any new legislation could be introduced. Holly?
Jeff, Indiana's religious freedom law has caught national attention and backlash from across the country. Now, lawmakers on both sides announced plans to take legislative action. Indiana lawmakers all agree on one thing. The state's reputation is damaged after the Religious Freedom Restoration Act was signed into law last week. Now they're hoping to reverse the damage. GOP leaders say they'll introduce new legislation to clarify the Religious Freedom Restoration Act after they say it's being misrepresented by both sides.
And all we can do is try to straighten that out with our actions legislatively and by asking people to look at the facts, study the facts, and understand this law does not discriminate.
Republican Representative Sharon Nagel says actions to clarify the bill are needed, so Hoosiers understand it's not about discrimination.
My business welcomes all people, and I have never, ever been a discriminatory individual.
Republicans aren't releasing specifics until they can talk with other GOP members in a private caucus. Representative Randy Truitt says he expects a resolution to be released as early as this week.
This is #1 priority, and quite frankly is my #1 priority right now. I think discrimination is something that's not even in my vocabulary. It's not something that I practice. I find it absolutely deplorable.
On the other side of the aisle, Democratic leaders say they already tried to clarify the bill they claim allows discrimination against LGBT Hoosiers.
Democrats offered language that might have granted some clarifications in advance, and this was before this whole thing blew up into a national embarrassment.
And in a press conference Monday, Democrats announced plans to repeal the law.
We have to send a strong message of commitment to fairness, equality, and welcoming in the state of Indiana, and the first step to do that is to repeal.
Democratic leaders also want to modify the state's civil rights law to protect people on the basis of sexual orientation. Representative Sheila Klinker says she wants to find a solution as soon as possible.
I'm hoping that if not repealed, that we would address some of the angst that is occurring right now because of this bill.
The Boycott Indiana movement is gaining ground, with Connecticut's governor announcing his will be the first state to boycott Indiana. And over the weekend, the mayor of Seattle said no taxpayer money would be spent on trips to Indiana. Holly Campbell, News 18.